Classmates and tutor. The subject tonight of my talk is my presentation. I am ERI-K. I live in Cali. I am a bachelor's degree student in English at NAT. I really like teaching in all areas and work about health too. For this reason, I graduated as a paramedic at University of Bali 5 years ago and have the same experience in health brigades, ambulance, emergency departments, and emergency regulatory centers. In my free time, I like reading, watching documentaries, How does the quotation from Wallace Chafe compare at the beginning of the chapter for linguistics? Wallace Chafe's image of language is compared as a glass crystal for which linguists are trained to direct their attention. Likewise, linguists use several methods to analyze language from its various aspects: how we acquire it, how and why we pronounce it, the why we do it, how we put words together to make sense, how we understand meaning, how and why that we are effective in using language for communication in some situations, how and why it changes, and why language disappears. Why do you think some people approach the study of language with apprehension? Is this your case? Explain. Most people approach the study of linguistics with a feeling of apprehension because perhaps their terminology is difficult for them. Although terminology is abundant in all fields, linguistics needs terms to delineate its concepts, and people often make their study aside because of the technical language they use. Personally, it is not my case to approach the study of linguistics with apprehension, since everything related to language has always seemed very striking and interesting. In addition to these linguistics studies, the functioning of the language propose norms that describe its effective use and the sociocultural implication of the same in the environment in which it is developed. Is linguistics about correctness in the use of language? Explain. Linguistics, through grammar, describes what is right and what is not in the use of language, using terms such as subject, verb, adjective, noun, etc. However, linguistic work consists of describing language, not prescribing what people should do. Linguists describe the language but do not make judgments about the correct way to speak it. What are the names of the biggest contributors to the field of linguistics? How would you label each of them? For example, Ferdinand de Saussure, the father of modern linguists. Ferdinand de Saussure. emphasized a synchronic approach, which focuses on describing language at a given point in time and how it exists as a system. He saw language as a system of signs composed of significance and meaning, where meaning is the concept to which reference is made and significance is the label used for that concept. Noam Chomsky. Chomsky's theory focuses on idealist expressions or on instances of language that are considered well formed according to the syntactic rules of a language grammar and not in the actual language in use. An additional motivation in Chomsky's work in linguistics was the observation that children develop this notion governed by rules of language sampled from auditory language, language that is not always presented in an ideal syntactic way. M.K. Halliday Michael. Halliday, for his own experience teaching Chinese, had a great motivation to develop a way of analyzing language driven by the need to solve problems in language teaching and explain the introduction of the individual into a social group. For Halliday, the learning of language is a process of interaction between the child and other human beings and, in addition, language. Thank you very much.